Alright, so you're trying to learn about Rust, specifically for Console Edition right now. It's actually a very good state. It's actually one of the best states it's ever been in for Console Edition. And yeah, that's why you clicked on this video. If you did, probably gonna get 0 views on this, but hey man, I like to make people happy and know what they're doing. So, yeah. It's not as simple as it seems, and you have to have time. So, is Rust worth it for you? Let's talk about that. So, if you have a lot of time off and stuff like that, then sure, give it a go, maybe. But there's also some other things you gotta take into consideration, and yeah, that's why I made this video. So there's a lot of things you gotta take into consideration. 1, do you have time on your hand? 2, do you have friends? Because if you don't have friends, this game can get very lonely. 3, do you have Spotify so you don't get lonely whenever you're playing alone? And 4, do you have trust issues? Alright. So, having trust issues in this game ain't all a bad thing. It can actually help at some points. With the fact, there's a number 1 rule in Rust. It's called don't trust anybody. And take that seriously. Don't trust anybody. Your teammates aren't fully trustful unless you know them for a while. Don't just go up to a random person that you don't even know, like in Rust, and start talking to them. It's just not a good idea. Honestly, if you want to meet somebody, play with them a few times, maybe play with them for a few months, get to know each other well. And then maybe you can move on and stuff. Now, if you really don't want to get raided in Rust, then you're going to have time and dedication. I'm talking probably 8 hours a day. A day. If you don't want to do that, and you want your friends to do it for you and stuff, sorry to tell you this, but they're not going to do everything for you. You'll get kicked off the team, and yeah. Alright, now let's talk about a few other things. How do you make a base? Well, you get a building plan and stuff, obviously. That's how you build stuff. Now, don't go to random YouTube videos whenever you first start saying, best base design or something. I recommend getting on YouTube and look up, advanced beginner tips or tips for beginners on Rust Console Edition, because this is not for the Console Edition. Now, what else should I know? Well, there's a skin store that you can buy overpriced items in. Like these skins right here. Stuff. Now, earlier I was talking about trust issues. Yeah. Trust issues are a big thing. I've already talked about that. The reason you should have trust issues in this game is because there's something called getting insided. Basically, whenever you have code locks on your doors, so only your team can open it using the code, and nobody else can. People can change that code, and so if you go up to a random friend and they're selfish and they want everything for themselves, they'll change the code on you, kill you, and remove your sleeping bag so you can't respond. And yeah, that's a lot of Rust. Now monuments, let's get started. Okay, do you like constantly dying? I should probably mention this part before we talk about monuments. You're gonna have to lose stuff to gain stuff in this game. That's a big part of it. Losing stuff to gain stuff. Yeah. And so there's a lot of stuff that's needed to be taken into consideration, including what do I do? How do I do this? You need to ask yourself questions and stuff, Rust is in a good state, honestly. It's actually in the best state it's ever been in. Community servers and stuff. Now, let's go into 2 different choices what you can do on how to get Rust before you buy. So, before you buy, I would see how much money do you have laying around. This is a $60 game. So if you don't have that kind of money and you only have $10 in your bank account and you're not planning to get money soon because you're probably a kid or something, then what I would recommend doing is going to the PlayStation Store or wherever you're on. If you're on Xbox, it should work as well. look up Rust Console Edition Dark Camo Bundle and click on it. And then read the description. It will give you something called the Rust Console Edition Public Test Branch whenever you buy it, which is basically this game, but you get just a tiny bit of less off, like community servers, meaning that you can't have like servers where you get 3 times the amount of loot and stuff. Alright. Now, who should buy this game? Well, that's kind of up to you. Do you have time on your hands? Do you have anything that do you have friends? Are you solo? Now, this is your opinion and what you want to do. Do you have money laying around or what? See, whenever I say dedication, I actually mean dedication. There's servers that, you know, if you get offline, people can raid your base and take everything that you worked hard for. And that's the part of Rust that's important. There's certain servers on Rust that you can't get offline raided, or else you'll be banned if somebody offline raids you. Now, people can raid you while you're online, and you can defend. Now, there's a bunch of different stuff you can take into consideration. The main one is don't go to videos that say the best things for Rust Console Edition. It's your opinion and what you like to have it as. Now, here's my stuff. And I don't recommend using mine. Not a lot of people like mine. I like mine though, the way it is. I'm known as a PvPer and a builder. And yeah. You just need to take a lot of stuff into consideration before you download this game. Now, this also depends if you're on PS4 or PS5. So, or Xbox One, or just like a new gen. So, if you're on an older Xbox or older PlayStation, you'll load in slower, which can be a problem. Because if you load in slower, and you're like getting on a different game, and somebody's like trying to raid you and your teammate tells you to get on, and you're on like a slow console, then you're gonna have troubles because it'll take a while to get in PS4 or Xbox One or anything like that. So I don't recommend this game for PS4 or Xbox One or something like that. There's a lot of stuff you can do, and yeah, this game is fun. Just you need to know what you're doing. This game can also be kind of depressing at the same time. What do I think of this game? I think it's great. It's one of my favorite games. I deleted Fortnite for it. Yes, I actually hate on Fortnite now. Kind of crazy. But yeah. Basically, if you're playing this game, be trustworthy, have trustworthy friends. Don't get depressed. You don't play on the server. It's Wednesday, spawn start. And you can live in a hotel. I'm living in a hotel right now. So, yeah. Right over here is where the hotel is. Don't try to raid it. There's too many turrets for you to. Shout out to the owner of the server, by the way. Hold on. Yeah, shout out to the owner. His name is Wayne Slang. And yeah, if you want to play with me, my PlayStation username, boy888, but we're not done with this video yet. Might seem like it, but we're not. So, are you a grub? Do you love to sit in a corner all day and wait for people to come out their base? Or are you a normal person that just works the easy way? Now, I'm going to give you some advice here. Before you play this game, you should play our games that you have to shoot in, that are first-person shooters. Call of Duty will help a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit, not too much. You just need to know the basic understanding of stuff. If you play our survival games like DayZ and stuff, you'll know some stuff. If you're coming from a different survival game, the building mechanics and basically everything is way different. And, most important part about the settings is recoil control. Now, watch this. I'm actually gonna demonstrate using a real AK. One of the hardest guns to get. You have to pray Princess Unicorn. So this is me without controlling my recoil. Me with controlling my recoil. Hold on. It's a bit better. I'm still working on it. No, but yeah. Do you have time on your hands? Do you just are you in the survival games? Because to get all this stuff right here took about 5 in real life days. Just so you know. And are you willing to run across the map for like 30 minutes straight? Because if you're not, then honestly don't get the game. Honestly. There's something called bag timer, so if you respawn at your bag or bed, recently you can't respawn at for like another 3 minutes for sleeping bag. But for bed, it's like 2 minutes. So, yeah. There's a lot of stuff to take into consideration. My PlayStation username is Boyd888. And if you answered yes to, like, you're willing to run across the map, you have good friends, how long have you been playing with them for at least, like, a few months or something, and, if you answered, like, yes to almost all these questions, then you might be qualified to play the game, honestly. Now, I'd recommend watching Rust videos before you buy, because Rust ain't for everybody. Most people quit Rust. Now, I have about 800 hours on Rust, so I know what I'm doing, kind of. Sometimes I'm bad. Somebody's got killed out here by one of the turrets. So, yeah, if you play survival games, then I highly recommend this game, personally. Just, it's your opinion, it's what you like to do, and if you don't like survival games, don't play this game. If you don't like taking time and dedication, don't play this game. You will lose a lot of stuff, and you might lose a lot of friends. This game does kind of ruin your friendship with some people. So, yeah. Boyd888, we're playing on Wednesday. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys next time. Love you.